Keep them both in the top. Keep them both in the
What's up, guys? It's Benny. I'm no biblical scholar, but I have read the 10 Commandments, and rewarding somebody for murder is a bad thing. It says bad things about your society, your morals. It says bad things about who you are, and it's certainly going to destroy the place where you live because, well, nobody wants to live in a zero-trust society. If the murderers get rewarded with mansions and new tennis shoes and new cars, then everyone's going to murder. Teen killer Karmelo Anthony receives parade of deliveries at family's $900,000 gated community home after crying poor to get out of jail. Well, would you look at that? Karmelo Anthony, the teen charged with stabbing death of track stars, holed up in an exclusive gated community in a $900,000 house despite claiming to have limited financial means. Karmelo Anthony, 17, walked free from prison, controversial decision by a judge to lower the bond for charges that he stabbed and killed Austin Metcalf. The DEI judge decided to let this murderer walk free and then reward him by living here. This is the young murdered boy, and this is the killer. Why would you bring a knife to a track meet? Such an important question. He got a new car. If you look at the license plate, it's a paper tag. Expires June 4th. Says somebody who lives in the neighborhood who's anonymous. The lavish lifestyle is a stark contrast to the cash struggles of Anthony's father claimed to have in court on Monday. Prosecutors grilled Anthony over why he couldn't just use the more than $400,000 donated funds to his son's delivery to pay the bond. He told the court that his family has got to live. He moved into an exclusive community that is, well, very, very posh. Look at this. Just mansions as far as the eye can see. This way that Texas does it. It's literally called Rich Woods. Oh, here we go. They're getting a pizza delivery man. Look at that. Well, here comes the pizza. Yep, here comes the Uber Eats. That's what the GoFundMe's for. Not good, not good. I don't think he should be out. I don't understand why he had a knife. My kids are in track. Your tents for your school don't sit on another school's tent. This is not done because everybody leaves their stuff there while they're out at the event. Why would you stab somebody? And now he's just a few doors down. It's very, very scary. Like, could he rob our houses? I don't know. This is what the residents are saying. Karmelo Anthony living with his family in a massive mansion. Much bigger. He's using the money that he got for stabbing and murdering a white kid. People are donating to Karmelo Anthony because he is stopping white supremacy. Think I'm lying? Read it for yourself. They raised $500,000 in legal fees, moved to a mansion, bought a Cadillac Escalade, and got Karmelo some brand new kicks. There they are. There you go. Buy some new shoes with it. The reason why I can say that this is blood money that is literally given out of seething hatred and they should shut down the fundraiser is because you can just read it for yourself in the actual comments on the GoFundMe. Nothing, just donating again for these hateful whites to show their insecurities and fragilities, losing all their dominance, sending love, light, and justice to King Karmelo, speaking full exoneration over your name. Thank you for stopping the white supremacist bullies. It just goes on and on and on. White people do it, so will we. Here are some of the comments. Praying for both families, regardless who lost their son. I'm giving my donation because Texas is racist, and I want Karmelo Anthony to have a fair chance. This time Trayvon was white. Anthony stood his ground. May God bless and keep him. When I was Karmelo's age, I would have gotten up and not said a word. God bless this young man. God bless this young man for committing murder. You see how fucking demonic this is? Makes me so angry. These people are blaspheming and blessing God's name for murder. He committed murder in cold blood. He wasn't getting attacked. Nobody was coming after him. People are like, it's Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse was retreating and was being threatened by pederasts and domestic terrorists. You can go look at the background. These guys were literally locked up for pedophilia. They're some of the worst people on earth. Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself after being bashed about the head with a skateboard. That's deadly force. You can kill somebody doing that. Don't compare the two. And these people are like all praying over him and all blessing him in the name of God. He committed murder in cold blood. Cain and Abel situation. You are not alone. We got you. We're by your side. It's a shame that the white killers illegally carrying arms like Kyle Rittenhouse are given praise, but a black man defending themselves is jailed and demonized for defending themselves. God bless this young man. He had to defend himself and a bunch of rednecks. Sorry this has happened to you. Be strong, young man. You represent all of us in your encounter with these evil agendas. You were provoked and you stood your ground. You stood your ground. You stood your ground. An eye for an eye. They don't care about Karmelo. They just want White's death. That's what they're saying. Yeah. Jeez. Donations to Karmelo Anthony has raised nearly $500,000. These crackers need to understand that we are not our ancestors. They will reap what they sow. Goodness gracious. Wasn't this money supposed to be used for Karmelo Anthony's legal fund? From Luigi Angioni to Karmelo Anthony, Democrats just can't quit their love affair with criminals. God help us. Truly. Summary of the events for Karmelo Anthony is crazy. This is according to the official police reports. Trespasses in another team's tent, told to leave. Stabbed and killed a kid in response. Black people raised $500,000 in legal defense. DEI judge reduces bail. Parents buy new mansion with legal defense money. Man, our country is broken. And let me tell you, we had Brandon Tatum on the program to talk about this. And like specifically the donations. What is happening here? He did not hold back. Here we go. Brandon Tatum on what's really going on here. If a white teen had killed a black teen, then anybody who donated to his GoFundMe would be fired from their job, would be publicly humiliated, would be shamed. Of course, there wouldn't really be a GoFundMe that was set up. Everybody would just say, oh, that's evil. You can't just kill someone. You can't just murder someone in cold blood who's unarmed. We're against that. And so let's all move on, and the process will play out, and justice will be served, hopefully. What you have here is the inverse of that. And if you go check, man, you want to talk about a black pill, you go check the comments on the fundraiser. It's just hatred against white people. It's just like rewarding the guy for killing a white person. It's a really bad place to be in the country. Like, that's like the precursor to race wars and new civil wars and like the actual fraying of society. But it's bad, man. It's bad.
Benny, this has been going on forever. It's just that what happens when you see racial conflict, the ugly head is reared up. Black people been feeling like this forever. And I grew up in an all black neighborhood. We hated white people. I'm being honest. Like, we felt like when I was growing up, thank God I got saved and thank God I moved to a different environment. And then it opened my understanding up to, wait a minute, this is not the way that we should be behaving. But if a black kid is wrong, we feel like it's justified because of slavery and Jim Crow and all that other stuff. And I'm not saying every black person is like this, but there's a lot of black people, as you can see. Now, I'll tell anybody to do the math and do the research on this. You will never see a white criminal who've committed a crime against a police officer or anybody else get a GoFundMe. We even see George Floyd. Look at all these other people that were justifiably killed by the police. Not George Floyd, but I'm saying some of these other individuals. They still got millions of dollars in GoFundMe raised. They still got all kinds of money being raised. It's because black people, for some reason, have this racial hatred towards white people that's ingrained in them, that's almost in their bloodline. And it only takes an incident to happen like this for it to come out of them. Because you look at the comments, look what they're saying. But the people that are on the side of Metcalf, it's not a racial thing. It's that the boy was killed. He died in his brother's arms. He was at a track meet under his own tent, standing up for what was right. And he got murdered in cold blood. He was an A student. He had a chance to go to college. He was on the football team. That is why normal people are supporting him. But you will see this every time, Benny. I don't know what is going to have this change. I don't know if it's ever going to change in our society, but you're going to always see this underbelly of racism from the black community that comes up every single time these things happen. Right or wrong, the black kid was wrong. I see a lot of black people saying that he was wrong, but the majority of black people want to believe he was right. They want to believe the white kid was a bully. They want to believe these things, and it's not true. And it's sad that this is a reality, but I'm here to be the the Negro whisperer. I'm telling you, black people have this vitriolic behavior against whites, and it's going to come out every time this happens. I promise.